Hi guys, this is Mr. Carl, and today we're going to be working with our bag of dry noodles and Cheerio looking cereal. Yeah, that's our plan for today. So we're going to start with our Play-Doh. I didn't provide Play-Doh, but you might have Play-Doh at home, or putty at home, or some kind of dough that we can use. So we'll make it flat. Both hands smush it down. Great. Get our bag of supplies here. I'm going to use 3 noodles for our demonstration. And dump out some of our circular cereal. So here's our activity, and so what we're working on with this activity is building our fine motor strength coordination in our fingers here, and our visual motor integration with our eyes and our fingers working together. So the fine motor piece is using our pincer grasp, which is just our thumb and our pointer finger, to pick up the Cheerio. And the visual motor integration piece is being able to thread the eye of the Cheerio through the noodle, like so. And so the pincer grasp is important because it's kind of the basis of a lot of things we use. So writing, we often use a tripod grasp, but you need a good foundation in this pincer grasp to carry that over to other things like cutting and writing and drawing and coloring. So we're going to pick these up. We're going to try and use just our pointer finger and thumb. We can also use our pointer finger and our middle finger and thumb to pick them up, put them on. If that's too hard, you can put an object in the pinky and the ring finger to kind of occupy them, hold the cotton ball in this case. That way the only fingers that are left are the ones we want to be used for this activity. Just slide them on, like so. Now if that was too easy, we can use our tongs, which we made in a previous packet of stuff in a previous video. Again, I have visuals for where to put my 2 fingers and a visual for where to put my thumb. And if you need to, you can do the cotton ball trick again and hold something with those 2 fingers so they're occupied. And then you could try and pick up your Cheerio and thread it on there, like so. Okay. So there's our activity. Another fun one. If you don't have Play-Doh, you can try to just string them on. And hold on with one hand and string them on with the other. This is a lot like lacing. This is lacing. But this is good because it works on coordinating both hands together. Kind of like our cutting, zipping, buttoning. It requires us to use both hands together in midline, which is just the middle of us. Yeah, so that's another good one you can work on. You can also just try and get them one by one, pick them up, put them in the bag. This might be a good way to end. Clean up, pick them up, put them in. Try not to touch the Cheerio with your hand. Get them all in there. Now this reminds me of utensil use, like using a spoon or a fork. So it could be a good skill to practice that. Okay, our next thing we're going to do with our materials is again make our flat Play-Doh and then we're going to do some letters. So I'm going to do the letter A with dots. So there's our letter A with dots. And what you can do is you can have your student or child use a pen, marker, a crayon, marker with a cap on probably, and connect these dots. This gives them a little more feedback when they're making their letter, which can help with reinforce learning the motor pattern. So there I've connected all the dots. So we could do that to spell our name. Or you can just do letters that you're working on. So I'll demonstrate one more letter. Let's do B. So either you can do this or have the student try to do this. If I was going to have the student poke the dots, I would probably have a big dot for them to see. So they would know to go from there to there with their little dots. Sometimes they like making the dots themselves. Okay? And then let's say we're going to do the letter K. So then I'm going to come over here, do a big dot there. And then they would make these little dots. Ooh, should have middle dots, and nowhere to go. Okay, so they would go from this big dot to that big dot, and then they would know to connect the dots. Actually, to make the dots, and then make another big dot over here, and then they'd know to connect these two. So they'd connect this one and that one with their dots. Good. So it'd be like this. There's my K, and then you can have the crayon, or this is a mechanical pencil, where they connect the dots. Again, getting that good feedback. There's our letter. Okay? Alright. Have fun.